Next lecture of general embryology. In this we will discuss the folding of the embryo. It is a significant event in the establishment of the primitive form of human body. The folding occurs in median and horizontal planes. Now the folding of embryo in the median plane is progressive increase in length. It occurs, but head and tail ends they remain close together. Consequently, embryonic disc producing convexity upward into the amniotic cavity. With further increase in length, the head and tail ends also get folded on itself to form the head fold and tail fold, which move ventrally. With the formation of the head and tail folds, the part of the yolk sac is enclosed within the embryo to form the primitive gut, which is divisible into foregut, midgut, and hindgut. Midgut is in communication with the yolk sac through a wide channel called as vitellointestinal duct. A small diverticulum arises from the caudal part of the yolk sac and grows into the connecting stalk attached to the caudal end of the embryo called as allantois. Now the folding of the embryo in the horizontal plane, it results into, that is, right and left lateral folds, they move medially to form the anterior abdominal wall. With the formation of the lateral folds, the communication between midgut and yolk sac narrows to form the vitellointestinal duct. As the embryo folds on itself, the amniotic cavity expands enormously and completely surrounds the embryo. Now the embryo floats freely in the amniotic cavity. The effect of folding of embryo. Flat embryonic disc becomes cylindrical, leaving an opening on the ventral aspect called as umbilical ring. Ectoderm forms the outer covering of the embryo. Embryo is completely surrounded by the amniotic cavity. Part of the yolk sac is incorporated in the embryo to form the primitive gut. The cranial end of the primitive gut is now separated from the stomatodium. You can see here by the buccopharyngeal membrane, and caudal end of the primitive gut is separated from the proctodium by the cloacal membrane. So in this region. Now in this diagram it is clear now. Here the buccopharyngeal membrane, then here is the cloacal membrane. The connecting stalk, the future umbilical cord, now becomes attached to the ventral aspect of the embryo. Allantois get connected to the terminal part of the hindgut. Now head containing brain now forms the cranial most part of the embryo. The septum transversum and the pericardial cavity now lie on the ventral aspect of the cranial end of the embryo. The heart tubes lies the dorsal to the pericardial cavity. Now this is the dorsal side on which the amniotic cavity is present. So these are the heart tubes which are lying dorsal to this pericardial cavity. With the further folding, the septum transversum now lies caudal to the primitive heart tubes and pericardial cavity. So this is initial stage. When the further folding happens, the septum transversum it moves to this side, and the heart tubes they come to lie, which was initially on the ventral side of the pericardial cavity. Now they are lying on the dorsal side of the pericardial cavity. A depression is formed between head bulge and pericardial bulge. This depression is called as stomatodium. You can see here, this is the stomatodium now. So this is very short lecture just to make you understand how the folding of the embryo it happens. Thank you very much.